Hello everybody, I'm Grim, and today we're looking at Century Age of Ashes. Century Age of Ashes is a fast-paced dogfighting arena game. What makes it really interesting is instead of planes and missiles, this is set on dragons and fireballs, which instantly got my attention and drew me in to giving it a go. So how does it look? Clearly, Century is a visually stunning game. The graphics are beautiful, but more importantly, the art style and character design is amazing. They did a fantastic job of making each of the classes look and feel individual and badass enough that you want to use any of them. The arenas themselves are also amazing. Granted, the game is fast-paced enough that it's tough to take it all in, but when you do, you're greeted with fantastic backgrounds and a surprising attention to detail. Now the main game itself. Century is simple enough. It starts off with a really polished tutorial and puts you into a simple 3v3 deathmatch that slowly introduces you to your class's skills. The combat sees a mixture of fireballs, which home in like missiles, flame breath for getting up and close, and some abilities based upon your class choice. Once you're into the main game itself, it opens up to include ranked and non-ranked game modes, set across 3 different match types. All of them are 6 versus 6. The first of these is Spoils of War. The goal is to get gold coins from loot dragons and get them back to your base, but it wouldn't be that simple. The enemy players are trying to do the same thing, and there's a load of really fun mechanics, such as your base locking down so you have to go fetch a key. There's a gem that if you're holding at the end of the match gives you bonus points, and you can find some bombs which you can take to the enemy's base and blow all the gold out of it. This makes for some really good fun team play and some really cool clutch moves right at the end of a match. Next up is Carnage. This is just deathmatch, 6 versus 6. There's a few pickups in the game area, so some shields, some health, but other than that, it's just a case of kill as many of these people as possible. The more you kill, the higher the bounty you get. And so if someone kills you, they will get more points. That bounty fades after a while though, so if you're good at the game and don't die, then all you're going to do is score points for your team. The last game mode then is Gates of Fire. In this, there's a central flag, and you score points by flying around the arena going through a set number of gates. What really ends up happening is one of you grabs a flag and the entire team tries to kill you as quickly as possible, whilst your team is doing their very best to keep you alive. If you enjoy healing, this is definitely a good match for you. But regardless of the game mode, there's always that underlying arena PvP element, and to be honest, this is one of those games that you can pick up with friends and have an absolute blast. Last night, I was on a few guys with Discord, and it was absolutely crazy. Now, as I mentioned, there are a number of classes in this game. You've got the Marauder, the Wind Guard, and the Phantom, which follow the general archetypes of Warrior, Healer, and Rogue. The Marauder is your typical knight. His abilities are mostly offensive, and his core ability tags an enemy, which allows you to fire constant fireballs at that target for a short amount of time. Normally, there's a bit of a cooldown between your shots. The Wind Guard is a healer. Their main healing ability, however, gives you a speed boost towards your ally and grants both you and them a shield. Clearly a team player, but also this is a fantastic skill to get yourself out of trouble, and a really good class if you can master it, if you want to win some games. The Phantom then is a rogue. The ability to go invisible for a short time won't surprise anyone in a fantasy genre, but this attack is both defensive in that they can't target you, and offensive in that you get a surprise attack afterwards, so you do more damage when you come out. Now the classes do all feel fairly balanced, and there's enough diversity between them to have 3 very unique playstyles. So this adds a bit of variety, but also a bit of individuality as you get better at the game. It also synergizes really well with your teammates. The best teams are the ones made up of all 3 classes. However, it wouldn't surprise you to go into game mode and find everyone playing as a Phantom because they look cool. Now, as you'd expect, you'll gain experience as you play games and you'll level up. So the progression is pretty simple. But there's also the option to grow some dragons. You'll unlock an egg at different points which relates to a specific class. You put that egg into your nest and you're given an objective to complete, usually one relating to those classes' abilities. So for the Marauder, you might need to dodge a certain number of fireballs with your Gust ability. Now as you complete these, you unlock more, and eventually you will have a fully grown dragon that you can then equip. It's purely cosmetic, but it is a really nice thing to work towards, and again adds towards that individuality of your own character. Now this customization carries over into the classes themselves. As well as changing the entire dragon you equip, you can also change the armor pieces set across different parts of the dragon, such as the wings or the head, but also on the character themselves, so their armor, their weapons, their shield, all based upon things that you unlock. Now these changes are all purely cosmetic, but it is nice to differentiate yourself from everyone else once in a while, as well as providing an ample opportunity for you to show off a bit from all your experience and gains. Now it's not just leveling up that can get you these items, there is an in-game shop. Now the shop comprises of two different currencies. There are coins and gems, both of which you unlock from leveling up, but if you want to buy something a little more flashy then you'll be using gems, and that is what you can buy with real money. Now these items update fairly regularly and can be anything from a full dragon to individual pieces of armor or a full character outfit. Now you'll find that this is spread across either the in-game currency coins or the combination currency of gems. Anything particularly flashy is obviously going to cost a lot of gems, which is kind of promoting you to spend a bit of money, but you can unlock enough just by leveling up. It's just going to take a bit longer, so it depends how cool you want to look and how quickly. One of the great points of this game, however, is that nothing is pay to win. All of the things you unlock are entirely cosmetic, and this game is entirely down to skill. Now there is a bit of a quick learning curve when you start the game, and don't expect your first couple of matches to go very well, but as you get used to it and start to learn some of the finer tricks and points, it can be a really engaging and really fun game to play. So this game was a nice surprise. I found it on Steam for free and hadn't really heard about it before, but was immediately sold on the idea of a dragon arena game. The combat itself is fast paced and engaging, with enough of a progression system to keep you pushing through a string of defeats. Now whilst I'd love to see more game modes and more classes, I can appreciate that this game only recently released and can only praise the state that it is in. Maybe I'm jaded, but nowadays I almost expect there to be issues early on, and I haven't found any with this at all. It's incredibly polished and I'm only excited for more features in the future. Now I'm definitely enjoying the game and will be playing it a whole lot more, so you can expect to see some class and gameplay guides coming in the future. If you'd like to see more of this, then hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Let me know what you think about the game in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.